This is an exclusive House of Ramirez interview.
Yo, guys, y'all already know how I do this. House of Ramirez, we're out here in the high streets of Atlanta representing 8-Town. And we're here at Plaza Fiesta. And thank you so much to Señor Jose from Olage Sports, who's allowing his space to us so we could go ahead and record this exclusive interview. Today, we're talking to our brother from our hoods, from our neighborhoods, from us, from our Latin world and our spaces, our experiences, Victor Mariachi. I'm so honored. So without any more time wasted, I'm going to bring Victor Mariachi onto my podcast to pick his brain as to what made him become this exclusive local celebrity. He's real humble about it. So he's going to say he's just an up-and-coming artist. But let's hear it straight from him. What moved him to be so exclusive and amazing at what he does? Yo, Victor, I'm so excited that you're here, man. Hey, yes, gracias al Señor Jose por dejarnos el espacio. Like, that's mad blessings right there.
That's people supporting our people, man.
Yeah, you better know it. Yeah. So, yo, Victor, for many of our audience members or in the community who have yet not been touched by your music yet, like, yo, tell us who you are, where are you from, de donde eres, quién eres?
Yeah, my name is Victor Mariachi. I was born in Phoenix, Arizona. I come from a Mexican background, my family. So I come from a blue collar family. Everybody does construction. You know, my mom cleaned houses. My uncles do roofing. So that was my upbringing pretty much. But yeah, I've been here since the 2000s. I came to Georgia in the 2000s and I've been making music since then. I'm a songwriter. I'm a lyricist. I'm an artist. I'm a director, rapper, you know, so. Yeah,
that's my chill, man. That's my chill. You have so much talent and you come from hardworking individuals, from our people.
Yeah.
You can relate from us, from our experiences, and we can relate to your music. I want to go ahead and also ask you, you know, just being an exclusive local celebrity, I dare say, and many people, you know, like yourself want to be humble about it, but you really shine bright in the music industry because you talk about experiences that we go through. So what really like made you dive into this?
I think a lot of it was sharing my story and sharing our people's story. You know, it's very personal to me just because my family's immigrants, you know, they all came from Mexico. So I kind of wanted to incorporate that into rap music, make sure I talk about those topics. And I expressed it in a way that was articulate enough for everybody, not just people who look like me, but everybody to understand our struggle, our pain, our you know, even our leisure times and things we do for fun, you know. So I wanted to put that on the music and make it fun at the same time while also talking about serious topics.
Absolutely. I am very excited to like just be part of this opportunity to talk to you because you talk about things that myself, like you were mentioning, a first generation Mexican American.
Yeah.
With our parents coming from another country, from Latin America, you know, Latin America, people got it misunderstood. We're a whole melting pot of different nationalities as one. We're all family, you know, but our struggles are almost similar and parallel to one another. Yeah. It's a true struggle. Our parents had faith and they had hope that when they come here, they're going to have a different experience than back at home. And we have that faith with us today when we push our own entrepreneur projects.
Even people who are like not even, they don't even have to be Latino. Like they could be from, I have a friend who's from Ethiopia, from Cameroon, and they tell me, yo, like the music and the way you talk about your mom's struggle, talk about like, I relate to that.
Facts.
You know, so it's a universal thing too for immigrants that come to a certain area. I think, you know, so that's a lot of ground to be covered still in the music.
See, and you know, something you said is true. The immigrant story touches so many different people from all over the world. But the fact that you're bringing a piece of home here to our Latin communities is very important. It's important. So I want to ask you, like, when you're creating projects and you're actually moving in the community and you're elevating not just yourself, but others, like, what drives you?
I think seeing my people go to work every day drives me too. Like that, just that hard work mentality and spirit that people have. I think it motivates me to also keep going with my music. my personal experience, where I came up, the things that I went through as a kid and things that I saw, but also just the music, just the fact that I'm so in love with hip hop. Like, I love the music. I love writing music. I love, creating new topics and ideas and incorporating different things to my albums, like the album that I have now. So it's just it's a lot of things that motivates me.
Most def. And yo, you kind of like started the question off. You popped it off. Like, I heard your new album. Can you tell us more about that? It dropped. Like, it just recently dropped. It's still on fire. Like, tell us more about that, please.
The album is called Daniel. I just dropped it, and it's my middle name, which is something that I used to hate being called when I was a kid. But that was the point of the album, is to bring you back to your childhood and talk about the topics of, like, the no sabo kids, the kids that don't really speak well in Spanish or in English. They're kind of in the middle. And I kind of wanted to make an album where you're sucked into that world and you kind of see things through our vision, how we experience things growing up. For me being Mexican American, so it's a lot playing with those topics and not just incorporating the struggle and the pain, but also the things that made my childhood different. Thanks. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of things that. But yeah, it's produced by my friend Alan Solis, who's Mexican American as well. Jonathan, who's he's half Dominican, half Jamaican.
Hey.
So it's a lot of immigrant people that came together to put this album together.
Qué bien. So, yeah. Qué bien. Well, I'm definitely inspired by your music. I feel like you speak about things that we actually go through growing up as first generation, and also now, myself, I'm a mother, and when I hear your music, I get goosebumps. Like, you talk about shit I go through, and at times we don't always talk about it.
Yeah.
So I'm very thankful for that. You speak to us.
Oh,
we hear you. We hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so there is one question I have from you or for you from this album. Like, yo, Mama's the plug. Yeah. What inspired that?
Oh man.
Because I was over there like, yeah.
Yeah. No, I just I had made the comparison that the way we come to this country, unfortunately, some of it is it's an ugly truth, but it happens where we come into the country like contraband, and we are used by America. We are in the media and the outlets and stuff. We are, quote unquote, seen as criminals. We're seen as something bad, something that's illegal, quote unquote legal. But at the same time, America benefits from it.
Yep.
So it's like, that's the same thing with like, with drugs and stuff that comes into the country. Like, it says it's bad, but at the same time, it's everywhere in America.
Yep.
So I wanted to make a song where we are the product. We are what's coming into America and elevating the economy. And I was just pointing out the hypocrisy of it all. So my Mama's the plug is basically her being the supplier and me being the product.
Yes.
I am the product. I am the dope. So
you are dope.
Yeah. So that was
dope.
That was kind of like the metaphor for the song. And I got stuck into that when I was writing the song, and I was like, oh, that's cool. So I just finished the whole song talking about the parallels of our experience here in America.
Being the product of what's great in this country.
Yeah.
We really are. Yeah. That touched home a lot. And especially moms. Like, moms are so badasses.
Yeah.
Sure. And I feel bad for the ones that don't have moms, shout out to those individuals, and, our mama's your mama. But for us that do have that luxury of having a mama that's very supportive, and regardless of whatever we do, that fuels us. Like, to know that not just one generation, but also then the grandparents plug in. That's great. We need that. And our community is very supportive of that, especially us young ones up and coming, where we want to do something different in the community, something other than clocking in and clocking out. And that's amazing. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So
I love that, man. I love the like, just like the people, like I said, like going in, doing your day-to-day job. Those are the things that inspire me, Those are the things that motivate me, just seeing us, that spirit.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we're so amazing. It's incredible. How would I say, the trickle down effects that we've had, not just our parents on us, but us now and our future generations,
Yeah.
and how we continue to empower, and like you mentioned, elevate one another.
Yeah.
So I can definitely tell from your music that you've been through a lot, just like us. You know, the struggles is real, but the fact that we come out of that and we help others along the way that been through shit that we've been through,
Yeah.
that's empowering all in itself.
For
and
sure.
Hearing your music, I can tell that you've been through shit, just like me, just like everybody else. Now, what are some of the pieces of advice that you would give our up and coming entrepreneurs nowadays, whether artists or whatever they want to do in life? Like a lot of times they have dreams, just like we started. We wanted to do something. And at times we're like held back because of insecurities or society says you can't. But we need comforting words, positive words of affirmations from people that have actually done it, like yourself. So what are some positive words of affirmation that you have for our new generations?
I would just say that you have to love it. You have to love what you do. It has to be something that you can't see your life without, in order to achieve any type of sort of success. I think I think entrepreneurs is like, you're taking the long road. You know, there's no shortcuts to success.
Nice.
So I feel like, you know, if it's something that you love, it's a win-win, because even the journey is a payoff. You know, even the journey, like, yo, even though I might not get where I wanted to get in the last 2 to 3 years, the fact that I'm doing what I love is still a motivation. It's still something that, you know, it's something that you could harvest and still cook and be like, yo, I'm doing something still. You know, it's worthy to me. So I would say if you're going to do something, it has to be something that you love, you know, because you can't be looking at what this person has done or what this other individual does and, you know, try to mimic what they did to success. Right. If it's something that doesn't motivate you internally, that's something that you carry with you, then it's not going to be good. It's not going to be successful. You know?
Agree. Yo, I feel you on that. Like, it's true. You know, you really got to have that passion for what it is you want to do. Yeah. You can't just vibe off of what somebody else is doing, because if it's not for you, it's going to show.
Yeah, it's going to show.
Right. So I feel you on that. And always remember to, you know, support the ones that are doing things out there too, because we can only get far when we work together. Yeah, I feel you on that one. I also want to ask you, like, what do you think will make this world a better place? You know, we've seen some crazy ass shit for these past, couple of years. Yeah. So what do you think that we could actually embrace and take into consideration right now as a people, as a whole on this earth, to be progressive, to be better, to be good people? What do you think we need?
Yeah, I think more than anything is like having conversations and like understanding other people. I think that we all need to, like, I don't know, have some sort of unity where we're not judging each other, where we're not going at each other all the time. I think because of the pandemic, it emphasized everything, because we were all isolated and we were all just guessing what the other person or demographic of people were thinking about us. And I don't know, it created a lot of division. So I feel like even more now, like even like I was watching like the World Cup, and all these nations were coming together and all these people were celebrating and just, you know, just enjoying something like as a leisure, almost like, you know, just watching people play soccer, a sport, something that, you know, a lot of people may not think is, but it's like, it brings people together. It brings different nationalities. So I think right now what we need is to have a conversation, have more unity, be more understanding, and just have compassion, you know, not judge people, and just come together like that. You know?
Sí, es verdad. We need to see one another as humans, as mankind, you know, so we can actually grow together. Because when we start putting the barriers up, we start isolating each other.
And we're all sharing this space. We're all sharing Earth, you know, this planet, and then we need to, like, you know,
come together.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Why not?
Right. Why not? What you got to lose? Yo, I'm so thankful for your time. I know you're a busy man. I just wanted to squeeze a few minutes of your busy time so I could go ahead and tell people what great music and what great person you are, what you have to offer. You're doing amazing things in this community and in all parts of Georgia. I see you, and I'm very thankful. Keep up the great work.
Oh, thank you.
I want to ask you, though, it usually, you know, it's cliche to say, it usually takes a tribe. right? Because it does. It not just takes our friends and our family, it takes our communities wherever you move to. Everywhere you go, you pick up friends and family and people that are supportive.
Right.
And I love to shout out people that actually have held you down in a good way, that has had your back. So I want to ask you, who's your House of Ramirez shout out that's held you down through your journey?
Well, first I gotta say my family,
Facts.
my mom's, just seeing her struggle and coming here to this country and then giving me the opportunity and also being supportive. I think for her it was a little tough in the beginning because when I first came here, I feel like a lot of them wanted me to go to college, get an education, be a lawyer, be something. And I wanted to make rap music, but she understood it, especially when she saw me perform live. So she's been supportive even with that. My friend Solomon, who used to put me on game about hip hop, different artists. He'd be like, you got to check this guy out. My friend Marlon, who they all go to my show still, even to this day. My homie Devon, my homie Alan, who's a producer on this album. He's also Mexican American. Z, who's also a photographer. She's from Atlanta. She's very good. Hold on, Chad Rafford from Creative Loafin. Frico from Frico, who's an artist in Atlanta, who also supported. There's a lot of people, man. I don't want to miss out anybody, but
the most important people.
Yeah, they're
our people.
Yeah, and our people too.
¿Verdad? Yeah, nuestra gente.
Yeah, they've been supportive, even not just here in Georgia, but just like I get messages from Texas, from California, just telling me how much my music means to them. So to me that's like the biggest reward. Like
Facts.
The fact that my music can help people.
Yeah.
Or I don't know, give them some sort of something
positive vibe.
Yeah, something. So
that's what it is. It's a vibe. It's a positive one.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like we hear your music and we feel seen. You feel heard. Yeah. Like we feel like we got a space here. We're not in limbo between where our parents came from and where we were set to start here in this new country, which is our country, but still we're like in the middle of that, right? Different generations. We feel like we have a place with your music. So thank you.
No, thank you.
Yeah. Yo, I want to ask you though, where can we find you?
So my name is, you can find me Victor Mariachi on Spotify, on YouTube, on Apple Music, on Bandcamp. I'm also on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
I love it.
All over. I do have a show this Saturday at the Beer Garden in Edgewood. If you want to come check me out this Saturday at Beer Garden. But yeah, you can find me on all platforms. I'm on all social media, and I'm on TikTok too. Victor Mariachi on TikTok.
Okay, I know that's right. Well, we're definitely going to follow you, support you, keep up the great work. We're very proud of you, and we really can't wait to see what other great things you're going to put out there in the world for us to hear and support. So keep up the great work. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in to this exclusive House of Ramirez interview. Please make sure to follow Victor Mariachi on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and even TikTok. Also, big shout out to Mr. Jose at Olage Sport, where uniformes completos para equipos de fútbol de todas las marcas está disponible a usted. Puede encontrar esta locación en Plaza Fiesta, en el local A3 a A5. Su número de teléfono es 770-403-5647.
Steph, you gotta represent the roots, man. You gotta represent, right? So you told us I dare say you're a local celebrity. People want to say up and coming artist. No, you're a local celebrity, man. He's just humble with it. You don't want to say it. But yo, like what really moved you to want to be in the space that you're in, elevating not just yourself but others? Like what moved you to dive into that?
To being an artist?
Yeah, what's that?
I don't know. I've always been like a very artsy kid when I was young. I was always into drawing or music, and I just felt like rap music, hip hop music was like the pinnacle of expression. I just liked the way people would put words together. You were able to express yourself, and I just felt like for my people and for me personally, there was a lot of stories that weren't being told, and I don't know. I just saw like an empty space. I saw a lot of landscape, that needed to be, that could be used up. So that was my motivation. And yeah, that's always been like the thing that I've done since like I first started writing. It's like, I just wanted people to see my face, people to see like, hey, there's faces like this that can rap, that could create things, and I don't know.
Please make sure to follow Victor Mariachi on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and even TikTok. Thank you so much for your support.